Intellectual Pack, assemble. It is time for another Last of Us HBO Max series review. Now, just a forewarning, spoilers ahead for anyone who has not seen um, up to and including The Last of Us Episode 8 on HBO Max. Now, without further ado, here we go. Um, now, for those of you that do not know how we do this, we basically take three subjects throughout the entirety of the show, give it a ranking, amazing, good, okay, whatever it is. And then at the end of this three subjects, we wipe the slate clean, give it an overall verdict. So, without further ado, here we go. So the first thing we are going to review of the show is the opening. Now, we pretty much picked up from where we were last week, which was Joel is, still in pain, still, hurting due to the cold and everything. Ellie, has some food left over, uses it a little bit. And, pretty much we're off to the races for the whole show. And Ellie, before she goes, lets him know, what, I'm going to go out and try to find us some food, stay here, that kind of thing. So Ellie goes and starts hunting. She, little difference from the game. When we see her in the game, she shoots a rabbit. In the show, she completely scares away the rabbit, which I thought was kind of funny. It's amazing, this first part of the show. That's the first part. So, second thing we are going to address is what happens next. So, we meet David. James, that guy is being played by none other than the voice of Joel from the game, aka Troy Baker, which, holy crap, wow, amazing. So David tells Troy Baker's character, James, to go get, medicine, because that's what Ellie asked for. And then they start talking. In the show, no infected showing up, none at all. They basically get down to the nitty gritty in the whole part of it, which I thought, honestly, kind of cool, because he basically does the speech that they do after, they get out and are safe again from the infected in the game, which is, everything happens for a reason, really, and I'll prove it to you. And then, so he basically tells her the exact same thing you hear in the game, which is, we sent 4 men out. 3 of them came back. And get this. They said they were attacked by a crazy man. And get this. He was traveling with a little girl. So, yeah, Ellie pretty much has a rifle at this scenario. And uses Joel's rifle instead of a bow. So, like she does in the game, which is, yeah, crazy and amazing. Now, that part, just, wow, amazing. Now we get to the basically the prime part of the show. That is the third thing we're going to address. So basically what happens is Ellie's locked up in a cage. This time in the show, they're not like chopping up any body or whatever. That comes a bit later in this, part, this whole section. But like, you basically find out they are cannibals, like in the game. And so basically, she tries to get out. They let her out because, like, she didn't agree. She broke his fingers. She breaks his fingers. They come barging back in. Uh, Troy Baker's character and David drag Ellie out onto the table, and after Ellie bites, and Ellie in that sequence kind of bites the hand of David, and like is like panicking pretty much, like, wait, I'm infected, and now so are you, like, and shows her his arm and her arm and everything, like, the whole scenario, like in the game. The only difference is James pretty much dies right away. Troy Baker's character, like, gets a hatchet, like, right there, from Ellie. James' character, Troy Baker. Now, now we come to the big part of it. So, at this point, Ellie is waiting outside the door after escaping that room with a lit piece of wood. She tries to throw it at David. It misses. It lands on something close to like a curtain, which catches on fire. So David doesn't throw down a lantern like in the game or anything like that and starts burning the place down. So yeah, there's no like broken pieces of anything, in this thing. But basically, Ellie finds a knife, pretty much attacks him, and then we got the whole sequence. But instead of a machete, it's the hatchet that had pierced, Troy Baker's character in the neck. And basically, David has her in that precarious position, and then Ellie, isn't rescued by Joel, like in the restaurant area. She's rescued by him outside. So after Ellie basically destroys, David, which was, wow, totally brutal, and wow, like, what an amazing sequence there. Just overall amazing for that whole thing. Now, at this point, guys, 3 topics discussed. Wipe slate clean. None of those 3 topics matter. Now, verdict. Overall, show, episode 8, the verdict, amazing. This show just keeps getting better and better. Honestly, it really does. So, yeah, that is going to do it, guys, for this episode, this review. Next week for The Last of Us, we are getting the final episode of The Last of Us on HBO Max, the season finale. Now, of course, I'll be reviewing that on a Monday next week. I will see you guys again tomorrow for another episode of Far Cry 5 and Resident Evil 5, possibly the finale for Resident Evil 5. Don't know yet, but yeah, I will see you guys again tomorrow for that. As always, though, Remember, stay safe, stay dangerous. Love you guys. Later.